Today on episode 75, our Fred Williams episode of Typical Chicago Fans, we have Sinkers and Floaters, the sports return update, Marian Hossa is a Hall of Famer, tennis dummies, our TCF Local Food Spotlight, and a new segment, the TCF Favorites. Let's roll. Hello and welcome to episode 75 of Typical Chicago Fans. It is Friday, June 26, 2020. I am Boomy on Twitter at BoomyTCF. Make sure to follow the main page on Twitter at typical_Chicago. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Head to those pages, type in Typical Chicago Fans, and like us on there. Head on over to the YouTube page as well. Subscribe to our YouTube page for all of our content in video form. Be sure to subscribe, rate, and review on Apple Podcasts, and follow us on Spotify and also on Google Podcasts, which we found out we are also on. A huge thank you to our sponsor, Lodi Tap House. They've got Facebook pages for both their Maple Park and their Utica locations, so make sure you hit them up this weekend or next week for some delicious food. Get yourself a growler or a crowler full of beer. And now they got the patios open. You can't go bad with anything on the menu. I saw they had posted some Philly cheesesteak fries at the Utica location, and I can't wait to try those bad boys. So make sure you do that. Like I said, check out both of their Facebook pages. But make sure you also follow the guys that I'm joined with tonight. We've got Zach at Z Lilia TCF. We got Pigoy at TCF Pigoy. And, of course, Matt Schoolfield at schools_01. But it's time to jump into it. Like always, boys, we've got sinkers and floaters. I will start with my sinker, and that is 1724 Riverside Drive in Prospect, Kentucky. That is the address that me and Zach stayed at this week. And it just it was, I think, 10 people staying in the house for a wedding. Shout out John O'Brien and Lisa O'Brien, who got married this Tuesday. Beautiful wedding, but 10 guys and one girl staying in the same house. It got a little out of hand. So
some guys being dudes.
It was a hell of a time.
Dudes, hey,
it was fun. With beautiful weather. We ran on the Ohio River. Beautiful wedding. It was a good time. But yeah, it was a rambunctious group of guys.
I was seeing snaps from like 4:30 in the morning. I'm like, oh, those for like 3 nights in a row.
Well, hey,
those boys are having a great time.
30 here because we were an hour ahead. We gained that hour.
I don't stay up super late. I'm usually in bed around midnight. I fell asleep in the 3 nights I was there at 5:15, 4:45, and 3:45 in those 3 nights. It just, there's a reason I slept like 12 hours last night, but it was a hell of a time. I will say that. Some stuff I will never ever be able to forget, even if I tried. So, Zach, what is your sinker?
My sinker is moving, because I will be moving here in the next week or so. And it sounds fun and everything until you actually have to start moving shit, and then it's like not fun at all. So I'm not looking forward to actually having to put stuff in the trailer and move it over to my new house. But because I've only moved out one time, and I was just kind of like just took a bed, and that was pretty much on a couch, and that was it. So I am fully moving out this time, and it does not sound fun. It's a lot of packing that I am not looking forward to doing.
Moving stinks, dude.
Yes. At least I have Boomy. Boomy said he will help me move everything.
Got nothing else to do, and I know you don't have that much, so it was an easy thing to commit.
It's not much, but even at that, it's still like I don't want to move anything.
Bro, even if you lived in a shanty and you were like given a mansion for free, even then moving sucks. Like moving just isn't fun.
Like they say, Big Cat and Rowan say in the act, to be really rich is to like literally like buy a house, go away, and come back, and your house is just fully furnished and everything's there. That's when you know you are as rich as you can be.
Definitely,
that's amazing. If you don't have to worry about moving anything and you get a new house, amazing. Because, like I said, I don't have that much stuff, and I am just kind of still dreading it.
Good point. Maddie, Pigoy, one of you guys want to go with your sinker this week?
Yeah, I can go.
Cool.
My sinker is the Golf Channel because, so today I'm trying to watch golf, and it's literally the only live sport on TV at noon today. And you turn on the Golf Channel, and it's a flashback of a 2019 women's U.S. Open replay. Your channel name is the Golf Channel, and you're not showing the only live sport on television. What are we doing here?
I think Rob Manfred must be in charge of the Golf Channel.
He'd run the baseball channel and show fucking anything but baseball.
Football highlights.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the Golf Channel, girl, you're the only live sport on TV, and you don't show the only live sports that's going on. So let's
Where was it?
figure this out here.
Where was it showing at? ABC or something?
No, they have it's PGA Tour has a PGA Tour Live app that you can download on Amazon.
Oh, well, that's
and
stupid. Why would it
all
not be
that
on
shit,
TV?
Right, I mean it's obviously a dollars and cents thing, but
Yeah.
I mean, you can't have a channel that's dedicated to golf and not show a live product on TV. What are we doing?
Yeah.
That's
Dumb.
wild.
Just dumb.
All right, boys. My sinker. Is Pigoy done? Did he just
Yeah, I'm
stop?
done. Good.
Okay. I didn't want to cut you off, but I got to
No,
know
you're
if your mic went quiet there. All right. Sinker tonight for me is you guys know I've been working from home for I don't know,
Ever.
3 months now, whatever it is. So communicating with people in my office, communicating with customers, communicating with friends, family, personal life, work life, all of it. And so much of it's digital anymore. And one thing that's driving me absolutely crazy is a phrase that I'm seeing more and more of, and it's please and thank you. It's you seeing the phrase please and thank you in emails and text messages and whatever else, whatever other form of communication. All right, here's my thing. It's one of two things. It's you're either insisting that someone is either willing or able to do something, whatever you're asking them, hey, can you help me with this? Please and thank you. What if I can't? You've just said thank you for your help. Fuck you. No. Give me a chance. Come on.
I
get
like
out
that.
of here with that.
Yeah, somebody please. If you say no, they'd be like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah,
you-
please and thank you. No,
Thank you.
that's not a question. Then you've just now removed that question mark and said you're helping me with.
Yeah, you turned it into a demand.
Yeah, so it's
after I do the good deed.
Yeah, it'd be like Boomy being or Zach being hey Boomy, can you please help me move tomorrow? Thanks for doing that, by the way.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That's so
or
true.
the other thing, the other option number 2 is you're either just lazy and you just don't know or not willing to communicate in a formal hey,
that's definitely
I've got to do X. Are you willing to help me with X?
Yes.
Period. Question mark. Response. Yeah, sure, I can help you on X date, something like that. That's how a normal conversation should go, not just please, thank you, you're helping me, see you later.
Yes.
Wait, what?
I committed you to doing this. Thanks for your participation.
I'm sorry, just because we're trying to be a little more efficient the way we communicate, you don't just assume people are just going to be able to do whatever you're hoping they can do. So just back up, think about it a little bit, think about you're talking to somebody a normal conversation. This is people I work with, family, friends, enemies, neighbors, whoever. This is everybody. People
if you are listening to this and you know Matt, do not say that.
This is an issue right now.
Definitely mind your P's and Q's.
But all right, so I'm done. I got that
off your chest.
Thank you.
I'm glad you got that off your chest, man.
Yeah.
It seems like it was eating at you.
It was.
That's what this space is here for.
Exactly.
That became my sinker tonight. I sent basically that text message in a short form to about 7 group texts today and got a lot of positive feedback as well. So I know I'm not alone in this take with that phrase, but I can't do it, man. I just can't do it.
You have support.
Oh, hilarious. My floater, on the other hand, is also related to the week that we had down in Kentucky at the house, and that is my jersey collection. And it's a floater because it's a good thing, but I've got to stop drinking a million seltzers and buying jerseys off online because we were there for 3 days and I bought 5 jerseys at like 2 a.m.
I think
So,
you did that the first
it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because now my wife is slowly starting to realize I may have a problem. So, but it's good because the jersey collection's growing. But 130.
Wait, is that Boomy's drinking seltzers and
Yes.
buying jerseys?
Yeah, it's a hell of a life, Maddie.
I love it. I mean,
It's a hell of a life.
hey, whatever.
Summer
Whatever.
2020, baby.
Just living the dream, man.
I think
like
I
it.
drank about 100 seltzers this week.
Have you guys been drinking the high noons? Those things are really good.
Those
I like
are
those
absolute
things.
fire, dude.
Yeah, I like
High
those.
noon, we had
they're not
Truly,
so
we had
sweet.
Bud Light seltzers.
Yeah.
We had
The
all
high,
the
the high
seltzers
noons,
you
the
could
high
have.
noons aren't really sweet. You know, it's not like you don't feel like you're drinking a whole thing of sugar. You know what I mean?
It's very
Absolutely.
good. My floater is Jay Cutler's Instagram. Jay
Oh my
Cutler's
God.
Instagram. I think it's not Jay Cutler or whatever. It was made by his ex-wife, and now he is running it. And he had a chicken cereal killer
It's still going.
on the loose. It's still going on. We don't know what's going on. He's been putting it on Instagram. He had Instagram stories. He's been watching out.
That's my
first of all,
quarterback.
Jay Cutler. He looks great. Cutler looks fit. I don't know what it was in that video. He just looked good.
Hey,
so he
put him
looks
on.
like
Put him on the taxi squad, Zach. Put him on the taxi squad.
the divorce is not hurting him right now. Look at him. He looks great. He looks like he's ready to get back out there because he is a bachelor. Jay Cutler. He will have his own reality show at some point. I think. I think that's what you got to have. But Jay Cutler's Instagram, it is pretty good. He does actually keep up with it more than you would think. So it's pretty actually interesting to see.
Let's not kid ourselves. That's exactly what he's doing right now, Zach. This is his audition for a reality show right now. I mean, he is absolutely nailing it. Because, and now the thing is, you can do it on your own. You don't need a TV company anymore.
Yeah.
There's so many eyes digitally that
Facebook Live.
you can run this on
that.
Run it on Twitter, run it on Instagram, Facebook Live, like you said. And like you can get viewers, sponsorships, everything you would ever need. And
I know someone called him lazy, which was unbelievable to say. He's a man who made $100 million in the NFL is lazy. But he has the money to maybe start up his own little reality show. Pretty kind of cool.
I think it's a great move.
I would definitely watch that.
Also, a great move. It's nice to see that the personality behind Jay Cutler.
Absolutely. Who's up, Pigoy?
Yeah, my floater, and I hate to say this, is that son of a bitch, the coronavirus, because that thing is not going away. It is, and we'll talk about this in a minute.
Everything's going to ruin all sports. Sports are ruined.
We'll talk about it in a minute, or we can just go right into it. But yeah, two of my favorite things, wrestling and golf, is just being infiltrated by this motherfucker of a coronavirus. And
see you later.
It is not good. So that thing is.
It's just like, and the thing is, like, if anyone in the area gets coronavirus at this point, it's just like everything has to be shut down. The facility has to be shut down. And it's just maybe we just don't.
We'll dive into it here in a minute, man.
Yeah, we'll get back into it. But it's just like, I don't know. We're screwed. We're screwed.
that thing is really kicking our ass.
Yeah, it's coming back to kick our ass again.
Maddie, take us home with your floater.
Yeah. I'm going positive today, guys. I'm going the Bet Rivers casino app.
Oh, yeah.
The mobile app is live. Or not. If you're an Android user, I believe the mobile app's live. The app is not live for iPhone users yet, but you can do it right through the web browser. And bet legally through the Rivers Casino. If you're an Illinois resident or in the state of Illinois now, you don't have to go in person to register like it was originally established. So, one small benefit of the pandemic and the shutdown of everything is they've lifted the mandate of having to register in person. So you can do that online, get ready to roll for baseball, hopefully in 2 or 3 weeks. But hey, you can even gamble on Korean baseball. I saw through their website at first pitch 4:30 in the morning here. We got, I think it was the Dinos and Twins, I think, getting ready to square off against each other. So it's a real battle.
Hey Matt, I have an Android. What did you say that was called?
It's got to pass like all sorts of like the high quality Apple security before they can launch it on Apple, because like they let anybody throw an app on Android. So like any Tom, Dick, or Harry can put an Android app together, and that's why like Android's out first.
I mean,
They
it's
make sure
Bet
Apple's
Rivers, right?
secure. They make sure Apple's ready to like secure and ready to roll before they put the app out for us. So, you know, go ahead, get your malware on your mobile device, there, Android boy, and we'll be safe and protected.
How underrated of a phrase is like, quote, any Tom, Dick, and Harry? Like, that's just a great one. That's a great phrase.
That is true. So that's an underrated and not used very much phrase.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not
I don't
used.
even know what it means. To be perfectly honest.
Yeah, like who decided that those were the three names? Like when I mean I like of an array of people, those are the three names we're going to use.
Yeah.
I would love
to name it for us.
Maybe we're the only three in the room, maybe.
That's got to be it. It's the only logical explanation. But like Zach and Pigoy kind of alluded to with coronavirus, let's jump into our sports return update. Kind of like Pigoy said, golf is not doing great. Brooks Koepka had to drop out. A couple other golfers have dropped out. WWE has had multiple people inside of the sport test positive for corona. NBA has had multiple players test positive. Boys, please tell me I'm wrong, but I just think January 1st is the next time we're going to see sports.
I just don't know when we're going to be able to have we're going to have like a consistent amount of time where there's not people having coronavirus and playing sports. And just think about when we have football, there's going to be more and more athletes involved in these sports. Like, I don't know what we're going to do here with baseball. They already have big name players that already have tested positive for it. It's something that, like I said, I'm excited for baseball to be back. But then, on the other hand, you look at it, and it's like, how are we going to be able to actually do this?
I don't know. Your January 1st almost feels optimistic to me as well at this point. Like for an actually extended period of time, I think we're going to see games. I think we're going to see the start and stop, and I think that's just going to be. It might even be worse for everything, because it's going to throw everything out of whack. What do you do with contracts? What do you do with free agency? What do you do with the, following season, the drafts, and things like that? Like this is going to be a mess.
How do you handle it, Matt, if you have two teams and one team has like three guys that get coronavirus, but the other team has none? Like, do you have to forfeit the game? Do you have to? You know what I'm saying?
My whole thing is I don't think they're doing enough with like the taxi squads and the reserve rosters. I think they've got to almost open the floodgates for that. Yeah. Have the full 40-man rosters available for the whole time, because you're going to have to be shuffling guys in and out. And if they're on the 40-man, you're already paying them anyway. So have your taxi squad, have your 40-man, and then I don't know. There's got to be a way to be able to, what's frustrating is they figured out how to deal with the pandemic and get baseball started in other countries. And why the fuck can't we do it here? You know what I mean? Why can't we get anything going here right now the way it should be and the way we've been able, I've seen other countries do it. And
it's been the question the whole time. It's just like we are 1, 2, 3 steps behind everything.
Well, the thing is, like, you look at like what's going on now with golf and like even wrestling is like, they tried to create this bubble and it still didn't work. So golf went 2 weeks and they had 2 guys test positive at the beginning of this week, and now they've got like 4 or 5 different caddies that are testing positive. So then you got other guys pulling out. Like, you can't create some like magical bubble where everything's going to be fine. So it's like if you start NBA and you're going to start NHL and you're going to start all this other shit, like, it's going to happen. It's just a matter of who it's going to happen to.
And we have guys like Novak Djokovic who just host events where he's not supposed to have the event, and he has it, and then the guy gets coronavirus. It's just like everyone is like trying to almost like, I don't know. We try to do this. It just seems like nothing is going to work because one person gets it. You have to shut everything down.
But you cannot pretend that a disease across the world just doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's like we can everyone can try, but I don't know how you have to literally shelter people for like 14 days and then hope that they see nobody else. Like it's crazy.
Yeah,
There's probably no more cold or callous way to put this, but like if you're really if you're hell bent on playing sports and professional sports and getting these leagues to have seasons and things like that, you're basically committing to just saying, fuck it, we're just going to deal with it. And whoever's going to get sick is going to get sick, and whoever's not going to get sick is not going to get sick. And that's ultimately what is going to have to, that's going to be the commitment that's going to need to be made if these leagues are going to play. And I'm not saying that's the right or wrong. Because I personally don't know. I don't think that's the right way to do it personally. That's my, and I'm not going to go into that because that's not what we're here to debate. But, you know, I just think that ultimately, if you're going to see a full season of any league right now, it's going to deal with a hellacious outbreak of COVID-19. That's just the way it's going to be. And they're going to deal with it, and they're going to move on. And the one league that's probably going to do it's going to be the NFL, and you're going to see SEC football do it as well. I think you're probably going to see 12 teams or whatever, how many teams in the SEC is 14, I think, going to play football, and I think that's going to be about it because those economies are built on it. And Alabama can play Auburn, and they can still make their money in Tuscaloosa and go from there. And it's the way it's going to be this year.
Why am I crazy to think that, like, so Craig Kenny, is it Craig Kenny?
Crane Kenny,
sorry. He's the president of the Cubs, goes on the radio today and says, oh, we want to have rooftop open and people will be able to watch the games from there when games start. But why are we thinking about that when we are still trying to even play sports? How are you going to be able to justify having people in a rooftop, a bunch of 10, 20, 30, 40 people in a rooftop together? Like, it's just like, it seems like people priorities are it's just confusing.
Well, and even going like kind of piggybacking off of that, it's like, you know, so Jay Monahan of the PGA Tour, the commissioner of the PGA Tour, had a press conference this week, and he's like, we're not going to cancel this event. Like, he basically said, and so did Vince McMahon of the WWE, he's like, you know, the show is going to go on. Whoever's healthy is going to be there. Whoever's not is not.
That's what they have to do.
Yeah, and then you want to talk about putting people in fucking baseball stadiums. Like, well, you know what? You know, if you're the Cubs, you better put people in there because you don't have the fucking marquee network figured out yet, so you're gonna have to have people there to watch the game. So it's like, I mean, it's just one stupid ass thing after another in every sport.
Well, and like, and we talk about, you know, guys testing positive. Like, look at the NBA. You know, we saw, you know, today, was it Jabari came out and tested positive? A couple other guys. Look at hockey, man. Alex Matthews, one of the best, you know, young players in the game, test positive. And it's like, what's that going to do for the product on the field too? Especially if you're talking about the NBA and the NHL, which are in playoff situations. You know, is that going to what's that do for the Vancouver's chances without Matthews? What's that going to do? You know, different teams and different guys, you know, getting sick and not being able to play. Like, it's just, it's so deep to think about.
It's one of those things, like, as much as it's weird, it's funny and weird to talk about, fantasy owners are going to be so nervous because, like, what if the guy, your running back can't play because he has coronavirus? Like, you're not going to know until maybe game time, or a guy can't play because he got the coronavirus. Like, it's going to be something that it's just unprecedented. Like, it's not like some guy gets the flu and you're out for 2 weeks. But if you get the coronavirus, you're out for 2 weeks. So, like, it's confusing.
Yeah, plus some too. And you know what, like, and it's like, you know, from what we know, like, mortality wise, like, professional athletes are probably going to be okay if they contract it. But that's not the point.
Yeah.
The point is that, you know, you're trying to contain this goddamn thing, and nobody can figure out how to do it. So we're all just screwed until somebody figures something out.
Well,
on the positive side, though, we have, since the last time we all got together here on this show, MLB and the Players Association did agree to a 60-game series, which I forgot to mention earlier. So now it's just kind of working the logistics out. But like we said, you know, I'm being pessimistic here, and it's probably because I haven't had a live sporting event since early March. I think the next time I'm going to see a live sporting event in the United States of the 4 major sports is January 1st. But I hope
I'm actually starting to. I don't know if January 1st is going to be the exact date, but I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. especially because all you hear right now is all these facilities that are getting shut down because of a few people getting coronavirus. People trying to do the workouts, people getting coronavirus, you have to shut down things. So until we can get to the point where somebody gets coronavirus and we don't have to like freak out and shut down and everything, then they're not going to be sports. These major sports, at least.
Definitely. In other Chicago news, Marian Hossa has been selected to the Hockey Hall of Fame. Great, yeah, absolutely, Pigoy. Round of
He's
applause.
actually technically still under contract.
Yeah, that's true. He's still getting.
Is that still going on from when he had that skin fungus that he couldn't wear his pads?
He unfortunately had to retire because of that. He didn't retire because he didn't want to play anymore. It was because of I think he's allergic to the equipment. But yeah, still under contract and going to the Hall of Fame. That's gotta be a first.
That's awesome, though. That is pretty sweet.
I think Chris Pronger too. I think Chris Pronger might even still be under contract, and he's been,
I think you're right.
He had a real long deal, but yeah, Hossa was a stud, man. That guy was so fun to watch. Wouldn't have won 3 cups without him. So
no, dude, he's just such a gamer too. Like, was so
2 ways. He was a man on the forecheck. He was a man offensively. Scored big goals for him. Yeah, that guy. If you have somebody that you're trying to help, like a kid or somebody that you're trying to learn how to play hockey, teach them how to play hockey or whatever. That's a guy you want to watch, and that's a guy. Play your game like him, and you'll be all right.
Like aside from Tays and Kane, like Hossa was a lot of people's favorite player on those teams.
Oh yeah,
like he was so good.
And a lot of hockey players look kind of the same body type or whatever. Marian Hossa was a big man, and you could tell when he was out there. And
big dude. He was fast too.
Enforcer for the.
I don't know if you guys remember when he was with the Red Wings still the year before the Hawks won their first cup in 2009. The Red Wings played the Hawks in the conference finals.
Yep.
Hossa game 1 had a breakaway in overtime, and absolutely once he got past the blue line, the jump in his skates, dude, it was electric how quick that guy's feet were. Dude. It was unbelievable how fast his feet can move. And like I said, strong defensively, strong offensively. He can move people all over the ice wherever he wanted to go. So good to see him get in the Hall already.
Well
deserved.
Who do you guys think will be the next Blackhawks player inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame?
Duncan Keith, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be a race between him and Taves, whoever retires first.
Yeah, I don't really see who else.
Is Corey Crawford a Hall of Fame goalie?
I don't think so.
I think there's
a conversation before it, but I don't think so.
No, I think that it's going to probably be the next. Well, the 3 guys will be Duncan Keith. Yeah, Sharp.
No.
I don't think.
I say Keith is probably the next logical.
Keith, Taves, and Kane are the locks.
Yeah.
The 3 locks.
Yeah, I think those fringe guys like Corey Crawford and
it'll be tough.
Patrick Sharp will be fringe guys, but I definitely don't think.
I probably think Seabrook has a chance above Sharp, even to be perfectly honest. And I don't think Seabrook will be.
I think there'll be a lot of numbers retired here in the next 5 to 10 years for the Blackhawks.
Don't forget, Seabrook's got a lot of Olympic gold too. I think Seabrook's got 2 gold medals Olympic-wise too. So
does that factor in the?
Yeah,
I didn't know.
It's a lot of money because
it's like basketball. It's not technically the NHL Hall of Fame. It's just hockey Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Understandable though. It's Olympic hockey is a big part.
International of too, and they'll factor in especially guys that had good junior careers too, and when they play in the World Juniors. That tournament's huge
Crawford
too.
Ever play for USA?
Oh, he's Canadian.
Yeah, he's from Canada.
Oh, he's Canadian?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I think Crawford. I want to say he was a reserve on the.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. That
I just didn't know if that could factor in or any way you could get in the Hall of Fame there.
I believe he was their 3rd goalie in their last.
Stanley Cups will help. Let's just say that
it does.
Well, you want to get nostalgic for a second, how good was Antti Ranta in the 2010 series? God, dude. And then Boomy, when they won the 20, or Niemi. Sorry, Niemi.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
He was ridiculous in the playoffs that year.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Without him, the Blackhawks do not win that.
Yeah,
Like,
Buffalo.
Oh, Big Buff too. How good was Big Buff too?
No,
I
that was my
missed
favorite
that.
player for a couple of years.
What a dude.
I missed
he was just a
that.
dude on the ice too.
He's a free agent now. He got bought out.
Blackhawks games, you knew when the game was on the line, they were going to win the game every time.
Miss those
ripped
days.
tanks too he just ripped tanks from the blue line too.
Well, so when they won the 2015 Cup, me and Boomy were going to Vegas with a couple buddies, and our flight got delayed, so we got to watch them win the Cup at home, like at the airport, and we got on a plane like 30 minutes later, and then went to Vegas, and then were blasting Chelsea Dagger down the escalator of the airport when we got to Vegas at like 2 a.m.
That's awesome.
Oh man, what a trip!
That's beautiful. Having fun.
Absolutely.
If we can get some hockey this year in a month or so, I think that team can make a little noise. I said it a few weeks ago. I think they can. I'm not saying they're going to make a run. I think they can win the first round, and they could possibly beat the Blues too.
Can I make a statement about
all
this with the baseball stuff? Is it weird to think that the MLB owners go, hey, there's no way these are going to actually happen with all the coronavirus cases. Let's just give them a deal and make everyone happy, knowing that nothing's going to work.
Thinking we're dickheads.
Yeah,
100%.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, and maybe I don't think it actually was the case because they would have
No,
done.
Manfred said they need to take care of their fans better, and I think that plays a lot into it. I mean, he said that in a news interview.
But
so
you know what I mean? Like they were like, "Hey,
yeah,
I actually be able to play anyways. Might as well make everyone happy."
There's a reason that the owners came around real quickly when Florida and Texas started blowing up in case numbers.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the MLB owners, let's make a deal. Let's we'll go 60 games. Blah blah blah. You're 100% spot on.
It's just
they're gambling on the same thing. Absolutely.
Yeah. And we're not going to win.
Right. And speaking of the coronavirus stuff, Novak Djokovic is just kind of a pudwag.
Yeah, I had said that. Like,
whatever.
He hosted his own event where he's not supposed to. Trying to say he was in Serbia, saying it wasn't bad over there. A guy who was actually playing in the event had coronavirus, was coughing and stuff during the event, gave him coronavirus. Novak Djokovic, I think, and his wife got coronavirus too.
And they hosted a party afterwards, I think.
Yeah, it's like.
Well, he was hugging people and shit. Like, come on, dude.
He's not. Novak Djokovic, not my goat.
No amount of freezing cold takes I can get after that guy.
No
better
backs Djokovic.
Yeah, well, he was but they were he's like, yeah, we're gonna host it in Serbia because we have it under control over here. Well, no, you don't. Yeah.
You just started the outbreak, dickhead.
Yeah, you just restarted it.
That's where I'm looking at people. You get it. That's fine. But if you're going to look like an idiot getting it, then you're hurting yourself.
It's Rudy Gobert. I mean,
touch on the microphone.
You know what I mean?
That's a good comparison.
It's literally how NBA stops.
Let's just go through life and not be a total dickhead, and usually things will work out all right.
Yeah,
it's harder for some people than others.
I said, maybe we should always keep this 6 foot away from people and wear masks around people.
Unbelievable. That joke. Unbelievable.
I can't believe that actually, the irony from the whole thing. It's like, whoa, you're gonna do.
It was like clockwork. It was literally 2 days later, boom. Everybody in the stadium's got it. It's like, you fucking idiots, man.
Yeah, why do you have to host your own tennis event? Come on, man.
First of all, it's tennis. Who cares?
What?
It's tennis. Who cares?
It's the easiest bit of contact tracing that they've had to do with this shit too. It's like, okay, anybody with a ticket stub, all right, you got it.
I got it.
Hey, verbal meme. Someone at the event, John McEnroe voice. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah. Where's Vid Dog? Where's Vid Dog?
Yeah. Everyone that place went there and probably shouldn't be there anyways.
Definitely. But let's get into some positive stuff, fellas, and that's one of my favorite topics, and that is food. So let's jump into the TCF Local Food Spotlight. I will start off actually with a place I used to work at. I bartended at the Red Dog Grill just outside of Ottawa, Illinois, for almost 2 years. Loved working there. It was just too far of a drive. It's no bad blood or anything. They have absolutely amazing food. It's right on the marina there. You can't go wrong. I know that they're doing different reopenings and stuff, and they're still doing curbside, I believe. But Red Dog Grill, and they got everything from appetizers to seafood and pasta. A little bit, I would say, like on the spectrum of things, it's like somewhere between like Applebee's and a really high-end restaurant. It's sitting somewhere in the middle there. But there's something for everybody. So yeah, Red Dog Grill, just outside of Ottawa. Make sure you check them out on Facebook. I can't recommend it enough. And they treated me pretty good for 2 years. So
I love it. Mine is not so local, and I'm gonna need Boomy's help here a little bit. We went to a place called the Blind Squirrel.
Yep,
Blind Squirrel. It's a really nice place. They had an outdoor patio. They had beach volleyball. They had live music. They had a stage when the insides all opened up. They had a stage in there. And Boomy, do you remember where it was at?
Yeah, it's just outside of Louisville, Kentucky.
Outside Louisville, Kentucky. We were between a wedding and a reception, so we went there for appetizers. We didn't have a lot of time. Really quick food. Quick food. Great drinks there too. So the Blind Squirrel. Great service.
Very nice people.
So if you're ever in the Louisville, Kentucky area, go to the Blind Squirrel. Hit them up. We had great appetizers, great food, great burgers, great pizza, great everything.
Go ahead, Matt.
I'm going to a place I mentioned already once. I want to say it's probably 6 weeks ago, we'll say. But I mentioned them this time for a different reason, and it's Reams Meat Market in Elburn. And I mentioned them a couple last time for their steaks and some of the grilled items that they do. And they're going in there now for other items. They started doing more and more like already prepared stuff. So they do like pulled pork already. They smoke their own pulled pork and then sell that. You reheat it, quick dinner items, things like that. But it's their pulled pork, like it's their own pork. So it's like high quality stuff. They did their own sloppy joes. They've done their own taco meat. They've done all kinds of stuff. So like for people like when my wife and I are both working, got a kid, we're trying to look for some quicker dinners here and there. And they're not like super overpriced or anything like that. Everything we've had has been very good. They have like appetizers and sides. They have like mac and cheese, baked beans, all kinds of stuff like that. So in addition to their world-class meat selection, bratwurst selection, jerky selection, snack stick selection, they also can like help you get a quick dinner.
That's all. And it's good if it's getting the first ever TCF Local Food Spotlight 2 for recommendation.
And it, like I said, I know I talked about them already, but it's kind of like I said, for a different little avenue, another way that they're serving the public and helping everybody. And I gotta say too, their system for helping maintain social distancing protocols and trying to do their part in helping curb the spread of the virus, it is the most clean, sanitary, organized place as far as getting in, staying clean, not touching anything, and getting out and feeling like you didn't have any kind of like weird. Like they've got the store's limited on how many people, and it's a quick moving line, so they do a really good job there, man. It's really awesome people that run that place.
I love it.
Sweet. All right, mine is the Uptown Grill in LaSalle, Illinois. So this place might have been one of the most equipped places to do outdoor dining when that came into effect. They have the entire sides of their building is all set up patio style like it was before, and now it like just is even more equipped to do outdoor dining. And then when everything shut down, we got their they had like these quarantine care packages they had set up. They had like 3 different things you could get. Like we got a $40 meal that fed 4 of us for $40. Like it was insane. Like they have, and they're pumping out great food. And You know, it's a great price for the times we're in right now too. So go ahead and check out Uptown Grill. Great outside dining, and I mean overall just great food.
Yeah, I've been there a couple of times, and it is very solid. It's one of the more upper class restaurants in the Illinois Valley. They do a good job. I've never had bad food from them.
No, and it is too. And this thing, like, and even like in the this trying times, like, yeah, it's like kind of higher end food, but they kind of scaled it back, and it was like very affordable if you wanted to eat there for a pickup when you couldn't go there and sit down. So I mean, they're doing everything right. So shout out to Uptown Grill.
Good stuff.
I gotta mention one more thing too. Our favorite people at Lodi, they've got another business venture coming too, and it's right here in Elburn, where I live, and it's Obscurity Brewing. They've got their own brewery that they're going to be opening up, restaurant, all of it. So that's going to be. I can only imagine it's going to be outstanding with the same people that run Lodi.
Oh,
so.
sweet.
Yeah.
If it's anything like Lodi, it's going to be.
I believe it's opening up next week. Their opening was pushed back because of the pandemic and shutdown and everything. But pretty exciting to see that open up here in town.
Hell yeah.
If they're making cold beers, then that's all good for us. So
yeah, absolutely, right up our alley. But to wrap this show up today, we got something a little new. We usually do the TCF top 3, but me and Zach were in the car. I got to give a special shout out to Ross Artiega. I don't know if his attention span just got the best of him. And we're sitting in the car on the way to Kentucky, and Ross just was rapid firing, favorite questions. Okay, so like, what's your favorite candy? What's your favorite, alcohol? What's your favorite? And we did this for like all the way till Indianapolis, from Champaign to Indianapolis. So I thought, what better way for our listeners to get to know us a little bit better, and for us to get to know each other a little bit better, maybe some things we didn't know. So I came up with 5 things, and the premise of this is that we have to pick just one thing in this category and kind of look at it as you only get to have that thing for the rest of your life. So it would fall under your favorite category, or your favorite thing in this category. So let's start off nice and easy. What is your favorite candy bar, Matt?
Okay, well, see, me being the contrarian that I always am, I looked at this a slightly bit differently, because it was, if you could only have one, not necessarily my favorite, but like if it was the only candy bar I could have for the end of time, which one would I pick? Because like my favorite is Twix. But if I'm looking at it from what could I only have till the end of time, I might want something more versatile. So I want something that's got a little bit more than just the.
All right, we can just go with what's your favorite right now then.
All right, fine. I'll
if you're going into the gas station, you got $2 to buy a
fine. Twix, I said it. Fine. I'll make it easy. Twix, caramel, cookie, chocolate, 2 of them. Winner.
Can't go wrong.
Not bad.
Oh, solid pick.
Patrick.
Snickers.
Good choice.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
You can take. You can have the same one.
I thought it was like a draft.
No. This is what is your favorite?
Great pick. Hey, Pico, great pick. I'm going to go Pico.
You're going Snickers too? Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yep, very solid.
Anything, honestly though, anything with Reese's. So like if I go in the gas station and they don't have the cups, I'll take any of the 19 candy bars they make with Reese's peanut butter in it. I don't care. Reese's peanut butter is the greatest ever been made.
There has not been one wrong answer yet. So
correct. I agree. And I'm also very like, if I see something new, like a new flavor of a candy bar, I gotta try it. But if it's just like I'm one for old reliable Reese's, anything with Reese's in it.
Yep.
Chips. Let's start with someone new. Zach, if you had to pick one bag of chips, you go into the gas station, someone says, get a bag of chips, what are you getting?
The sour cream.
Sour cream and cheese, like just
sour cream and cheese, yeah, like the Ruffles sour cream and cheese.
Oh, okay.
Those are good for days.
Pat, what about you?
Kettle cook.
Oh, that's a low key. Like I didn't think about that one.
Oh, yeah. You can never go wrong with a kettle cook.
When Pigo get all bougie?
Yeah. Oh, he might need more than $2.
Manny,
right?
If you go to Subway a lot, though, it's there.
I just stay bougie. I think. I don't know if I've not been it.
Matt, nasty cup?
Spicy nacho Doritos.
Spicy
nacho Doritos. You can get them like by themselves. Walking tacos, they're awesome. Just a little bit of a kick, but not like obnoxious heat. So perfect chip.
I'm very basic. I'm not a big potato chip eater. You're probably gonna roast me for this. Cheetos. I love Cheetos.
I don't hate it.
Just a regular Cheeto. And I do like the Flaming Hots, but like if it's just any random day, I'm getting Cheetos.
Question. Is Cheetos a chip?
Yeah.
It's in the category.
I know.
That is a good question, though, Zach. I'll give you that.
I mean, it's a puff. I think it's like considered a puff, but it's a chip category. Like if it's in the chip
it's in
aisle,
the chip aisle, it's
store,
a chip.
Yeah,
it's
if you're going to the store,
like one of those things like chips.
Like if you get Cheez-Its, Cheez-Its are in the cracker aisle, and Cheetos are going to be in like the chip aisle.
If you would enforce it has to be a chip law, Zach, I'm going to go Sun Chips, any flavor. Probably the hard cheddar, that's the best. But if you're gonna let me throw in a puff into the category, it's Cheetos all day.
I say allow Cheeto. I say allow.
All right,
we allow it. But
all right, next category: sodas or pops, however you want to pronounce it. What are you guys going with? Pat, what do you got?
All right, so first let's say what we call it. Do we call it soda or pop? I call it pop, and I'm going with Barks Root Beer.
Ooh,
takes me back to my younger days when I was playing golf with my dad. We go into the clubhouse. I get a Barks Root Beer. It was cold. It was delicious. Barks Root Beer is my favorite pop of all time.
I do call it soda for some reason.
Yeah, so do I. That's
all right, I'm glad I'm not alone.
Zach, are you a pop guy?
Yeah, it's way more fun to say.
Boomy's asking you like 6. Boomy drinks Mountain Dew. Is his name Kyle?
I love Mountain Dew.
I love
Mountain Dew either.
You guys see they're doing like the Dew United States.
Oh, I'm definitely doing that. Definitely.
That's a great idea too.
Like, Steve, Zach, I'm also a little different. I do like Mountain Dew, but Diet Mountain Dew is my all-time favorite. I drink
one of the weirder humans I've ever heard. Like,
I'm probably the weirdest. One of the weirdest.
You don't need diet, but you like diet. Like a
lot
of people like drink diet because they need to drink diet. Boomy just likes it. Like that's insane.
Dude, hey, you know what, Boom? I love me some Diet Dew. I do.
It's great.
That's awful.
It is. It tastes good.
I'd rather.
My father.
I'd rather chug toothpaste.
My father's diabetic. I to drink a lot of diet pop, like that. Sometimes I just want to pop and I had to drink it just way different.
I'd just rather not drink pop. I just find something else. Like I'd fucking drink water before I drink like diet pop. Not gonna lie.
Like sometimes you just need a pop.
Zach, you said you're a Pepsi.
Not diet though. I can't drink a diet pop.
I'm Pepsi.
I'm just saying, if my choices were water or diet pop, I'd pick water 1,000 times over.
Well, yeah, but sometimes you just need a little flavor.
Yeah,
but there's none. That's my point. I mean, the flavor of water is better.
You need to have your palate checked, Matt.
No, but he is right. It's not very good.
Matt, what is your choice?
This one is it's Baja Blast Mountain Dew. That's the only right answer. It's unique. You can't find it anywhere except for Taco Bell usually, or when the random time they sell like a 12-pack of Jewel, a Stray. And if you get a Stray, it's like you got to buy it. It's a no questions asked. Throw it in the cart. But yeah, Baja Blast, dude. It's got the caffeine boost you need. Flavor is just top notch. Goes great with cheesy gordita crunch and yeah.
One big miss I think we had, and I don't know if this is controversial. Dr. Pepper is probably number 2.
Yes.
Everybody likes Dr. Pepper.
I like Dr. Pepper.
I like it.
I wouldn't want to drink it.
What, Patrick? Come on!
I like the cherry one too, and cherry Coke.
No, I like cherry.
Give me fountain. Give me fountain cherry Coke any day of the week too. From a fountain machine.
We maybe have to do a different one. I think a bottled pop and a fountain pop. There are different pops that I like fountain, and there's different pops that I like bottled. I don't know what it is. We'll get more
bottled
into it maybe
orange
a different
soda.
day.
Orange soda bottle. Orange soda bottle.
Fanta. That's my favorite. I used to have that in high school.
I like Crush. I like Crush.
We had it in like our pop machine in high school, and I always used to get it.
I did not know.
We have a TCF top 3 soda/pops brewing amongst us for sure.
Or should you say bubbling?
Oh,
Oh, good
what a
one.
dad joke.
You know what? That was very.
Even though
Nailed it.
I have a friend who is a psycho who likes flat pop.
Yeah, that is like intentionally.
person-
makes it.
Well, tell him
That-
don't listen to the next show then.
What the
Well,
fuck?
his name's Patrick, so
Must run in the name. He
Yeah.
will open a pop, put it in the fridge to come back and drink it hours.
Oh
later.
my
I
lord!
think he used to do it though just to make me go crazy.
Yes,
He knew I made me go crazy, so I think he
Well,
used to just.
Did it
But
work?
he didn't.
it obviously worked. He remembers it.
It's on him. He had to drink flat pop, so
What an atrocious decision.
Yeah, it's
That's pre-crime if
friends
I've ever heard it.
to be friends with him, yeah.
That should
Yeah.
get you put on the list. That's pre-crime.
Pre-crime for sure.
All right, category number 4, ice cream flavor. I'm going to start this one off, and this is I eat a lot of ice cream if you can't tell. Fish food from Ben and Jerry's, number 1.
I'm gonna go mint chip, chocolate mint chip.
Good choice. That would be number 2 for me. That's an old reliable there. There's that.
Sneaky refreshing too. It's almost like a sherbet. How refreshing it is.
Oh, yeah,
You know
we
what I
used to get
mean?
it
Like
from
when you have like
Swan's,
orange
it's like
sherbet
that.
in a hot summer day, like
Oh,
having mint chocolate chip ice cream is
my
almost to that level
grandparents
refreshing.
always had orange sherbet, and I loved it.
Yeah, can't
I
go
could
wrong.
eat orange sherbet for days.
Pigoy.
I'm going cookie dough. Always solid
Oh,
choice.
that's
too.
a good
Cookie dough.
one.
Cookie dough.
Cookie dough is good. Be surprised.
Not go wrong with a little cookie dough ice cream.
Mine, it's ice cream. Just give me anything that's not chocolate, and I'll eat it. But
You prefer vanilla to chocolate ice cream?
yeah, I'm a human.
You're a psycho.
Not-
What?
No, pralines and cream though. Pralines and cream.
That
That's my.
is
That's
low-key. It's something I didn't appreciate as a child, but
it's
now
got
I
like
do.
the candy coated nuts, and then
Yeah.
it's got caramel, like caramel ribbon, vanilla ice cream. So you get like a mix of like a bunch of different flavors, a little bit of salty with the sweet. It's I'm a huge fan of the salty sweet mix of anything. So give me that in ice cream. Give me that anywhere else too.
I don't know. Mentions get like moose tracks. What is it called, right?
Moose Tracks is
Ooh,
good
that's
too.
Moose
Yeah,
tracks is good too.
I just came across this flavor I've never heard of, but it was called Scotcheroo, and it's got like
my
butterscotch
goodness.
ribbon, but then it's got like chocolate chip, and then it's got oatmeal cookie bites too.
Jeez
Oh,
Louise.
It is absolutely dynamite. And I thought
Sounds
about
that way.
using that one, but no one would have ever heard it and would have said I'm an idiot. But yeah, if you see that one, I think it's Turkey Hill was the brand, or Kemp's. No, it's Kemp's. It's Kemp's ice cream, Scotcheroo. If you see it, get it. It's dynamite.
I will have to check. I'm still blown away by the fact Matt said he doesn't like chocolate ice cream.
I shouldn't say I don't like. I'll eat.
Let's
if
get
I was
past
going to
this so we
Wendy's-
can get through
If I was
the.
going to Wendy's, give me a chocolate frosty over vanilla any day of the week. So it's not like I anti-chocolate.
I got you. And last one, your favorite musical artist of all time, Zach.
I would have to. Who is my favorite artist of all time?
I'll start. Lil Wayne.
Solid.
No. I have to
Not
say,
gonna argue. That's a good for genre. He would be up there for me if that's
Especially if
that was
you
a
include mixtapes and EPs and everything. Like I
Yeah.
could listen to Lil Wayne from the time the
Yeah,
sun
his,
comes up to the time it goes down.
His catalog is pretty great.
And all the features that he's done with everybody. I mean, the dude just dropped an album like a month ago. Like he's still making music, and he put his first album out in 1999. Anybody else
Yeah,
have one?
I was listening to him in college, so yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
I'll take
I'll go back to college for me too.
Go ahead.
It's different genres. The White Stripes.
Ooh, wasn't
Big
expecting that.
Big White Stripes guy. I like basically any kind of music outside of country. I like. So
Yeah,
give me. There's tons of rappers I like. Tons of heavy metal, rock. If that was the only band I could listen to until the end of time, it was White Stripes would be who I'd pick.
it's a good choice. Pigoy.
So I'll go back to you probably remember this when the three of us did an interview with Herb Lawrence. I
Yep.
asked him about Lupe Fiasco. That's,
I had a
that's my
feeling.
guy.
you were
That's
going.
my guy.
You are the biggest Lupe Fiasco fan I've ever met.
That's my guy.
That's the most shocking answer I've ever heard.
That
I-
when we
I-
did the interview, I was like,
I just-
you're a Lupe Fiasco fan? I didn't know that.
I would have expected lasagna ice cream in the last category before I would have expected Lupe Fiasco. I'm not ripping on you. I don't mean that as an insult. That just
No.
No, but
that's like saying I met a Jaguars fan. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't. I don't know.
He's a Chicago kid, and he just can do it.
Pico introduced me to Lupe Fiasco in high school.
You know what? I'm gonna go basic here, boys. I'm going Drake.
You
Drake.
are a big Drake fan.
Yeah.
But no, just tell me a song that Drake gets on that you don't want to listen to. You tell me a song.
Matt's got a couple, I think.
No.
Oh, okay. You just look in your eyes.
Yeah, I don't mind Drake. I don't mind Drake at all. Like, as far as like, I consider him for me
mainstream hits.
For my demo, I consider him still like kind of one of the newer rappers. I'm sure you guys probably don't at this point because like you guys have grown up and
he's still putting
like.
No.
I mean, he was like right at the cutoff. Like he started up shortly after I got out of college. I would say is when he kind of blew up.
Yeah,
because I got done in 2005, so I think he was probably like 2007, 2008 when he really started kind of.
Yeah, his first breakout hit was like 2007 or 2008, I think.
Mm-hmm.
As far as other newer rappers, like I like Future a lot. I don't know why.
Yes, I love Future.
I can't relate to
Lil
him,
Baby is
like
good.
The sound, I don't know, man. It's just like it's very intense. I like it a lot. I like Kendrick Lamar a lot too.
Well,
there's
like
a lot
going
of
back to like
Chicago guys I like
Yeah.
Dirk and G Herbo. And
Oh yeah.
they just go so hard. Chief Keef, like I don't understand what he's saying most of the time, but
What happened to Twist?
it's great lifting music and it makes
He's
you
a
want to run
big
through a wall.
producer now.
Yeah. But I'm also super weird, Matt. You said you didn't like country music, but there's one country musician that I will listen to till the end of time, and Zach knows who it is.
Oh,
let me see if I can guess it.
There's only one.
This psychopath.
Kenny Chesney.
Garth Brooks.
Oh yeah.
No,
Okay.
keep it.
It's the only country musician I'll listen to.
Keep it.
He's the go-to country music.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he's not a weirdo.
No.
But I like my surprising pick, but like I like all those like older like hip hop stuff like Nas and
Yo.
like Kanye West from the early 2000s and Jay-Z
I don't know
the early
I don't know why you saying that makes me laugh, but it does.
the early Blueprint albums from Jay-Z are like so good.
You know what's funny is I was kind of like saying like I didn't know like a lot of the newer rappers and stuff. It's kind of actually I'm kind of wrong when I say that now that I think about it because like my brother's two daughters, he's got twin daughters who are sophomores, are going to be sophomores in high school, and they're both into rap, and so like they'll Apple Music share songs to me all the time, and we'll go back and forth with them.
Nice.
And like they'll send me some of the shit I've just never would have stumbled upon in my life.
That's nice to have a little plug like that though to keep you kind of up to date.
Hey. I think they kind of enjoy having like an uncle that they can.
He knows what they're listening to.
Yeah.
Well, not even knows what they're listening because I don't know what they're listening to, but that could just be like, you're not a total idiot for listening to it because I can see why you like it instead of like saying, oh, why are you listening to that trash or whatever. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Have an open mind for God's sake. I was for a long time, and then I had my own kid. Then I needed to fall asleep. So.
Right on. Well, if any of the listeners have any favorites we can debate about, throw them at us. We'll sprinkle this segment in a little bit more, throw in our favorites and maybe some of our least favorites. But that was episode 75. Lot to talk about tonight. But make sure you follow us on Twitter at typical_Chicago. Go to our Facebook and our Instagram page. Subscribe to the YouTube page. What is it? Subscribe, rate, and review on Apple Podcasts. Follow us on Spotify. Follow us on Google Podcasts, which I just found out we're on. Anywhere you get your content, make sure you check us out on there. Thank you to our sponsor, Lodi Tap House, for all that they do for us and also for making the delicious food. And apparently now Matt said their new business venture into the beer category. So make sure you check out their Facebook for both the Maple Park and the Utica location. And since you got some time this weekend, call them up, get some food to go, get a growler or a crawler. You can't go wrong. I might have to get that. The Philly steak fries. I just saw that on Facebook, and that looks so fire. Can't go wrong. Burger of the month is amazing. Whatever you do, make sure you get some Lodi Tap House in you this week. Boys, anything else?
Obscurity
No.
Brewing. That's the name of it. Boomy, tell them to check them out, man.
What was that?
Please.
One more time, Eddie?
It was Obscurity. OB, Obscurity.
Obscurity.
Yeah, OB Security without the E. OB Security without the E after the S.
Love it.
Let's get sports back, boys.
Thanks,
Amen.
Jack. Yeah, please.
Make sure you follow me on Twitter at BoomyTCF. Zach is at ZLiliaTCF. Pigoy is on Twitter at TCF Pigoy, and Matt is at schools_01. Thank you for listening to episode 75 of Typical Chicago Fans. We love you all.
Peace.
Peace.